tirelessly worked for this movie, promoted this movie everywhere. We just want to find out, how do you feel today has finally come and all these people are here today? What's your reaction?
It's humbling. You know, our people say when you call your people and they answer, it's not because they don't have anything to do. It's because they're showing you goodwill. So I'm really overjoyed to have, you know, virtually a full house in spite of the COVID pandemic situation. You know, this film has been a long time coming, and to be able to show it to the world is very satisfying.
Okay. Of all the historical figures, of all the presidents, why Badamasi?
Because it's interesting.
Okay.
Every film needs an interesting character.
Okay.
A man who's powerful, but who's flawed. And Babangida represents that. He has a grass to grace story and back to grass again.
Okay.
So that is a typical drama arc for you. A dramatic arc where you come from nothing, you become somebody, and then you go back down again. Okay. So he's perfect. He has drama, he has wars, he has coups, he has June 12th.
True. So what was your most challenging scene in this movie, in shooting the movie?
The war scenes,
okay.
The Biafran war scenes and the coup scenes, the action sequences. We're not very good at doing that in Hollywood, so we're learning.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. If you were to do this movie this year, with all the insecurity going on in Nigeria now, would you have chosen the same locations?
No. If I did it the same way I did it in 2019, I would probably be dead by now. So.
Okay. Do you have any upcoming projects?
Plenty. You'll see one before the film shows.
Okay. Thank you, Obi.
Thank you. Can I go?
Hello, hi. How are you today?
Hello, Tess1. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you for coming here today. Do you know what the movie is about?
I have no idea.
Wow, are you anticipating what it's about? I mean, it's about a general.
It's about history. It's about history.
Yeah, it is about history.
It's about history.
Yes.
It's about a man that we all knew as Maradona and the evil genius. And I think it will give an opportunity to interpret what those nicknames were about and what exactly represented for Nigeria, especially during the period.
I mean, you called him Maradona. Any reason why you called him that?
Well, I mean, I was old enough during the time that he was in power, but I wasn't in the country where we read, I mean, it's history. So we've read scanty messages as into what this man represents. But I think this movie will give me an opportunity to understand exactly what his legacy is all about.
Fantastic. I mean, the movie has been talked about greatly by a lot of people saying that maybe he had a bit of influence in making the movie. But what is your take on that?
Well, it's people are bound to make all kind of assumptions anyway. I'm not a person to jump into conclusion, especially when those assumptions are flying around. I think what is important is I want to enjoy this movie. I want to get a bit of history and understand what this man represented. And again, in context, what Nigeria is going through as at today. Perhaps they will give me a better understanding of where we are now and where we will be in the future. Fantastic.
Okay, I wish you the best of luck. We'll try to catch up with you after the movie and hopefully get a bit of insight on what your thoughts were after the film. Thank you again. And this is Terry, who is a fantastic broadcaster, years of experience. Thank you very much for giving us a shot. Thank you. Hello, hello. This is the one and only Kemi. She's always been very supportive. Thank you, Kemi, for coming on Dominant Radio. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well today. So you're here to watch the film, isn't it? You know.
Yes, indeed.
Are you anticipating?
Looking forward to it.
You're looking forward to it.
I am. History.
What are you looking forward to?
The history lesson.
The history lesson.
Because I was quite young when this happened, and honestly, it's going to kind of rejig a lot of memories from childhood.
Okay, that's good to know. I mean, there's been a lot of controversy as well. You know, as the producer mentioned, he said, he had to go through a lot of red tape. And, a lot of people didn't want this to go out. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is, no matter what the issues are or people, at the end of the day, people will talk regardless.
Yeah.
But we still have to share the history to everyone.
Of course.
My children want to hear about it regardless whether there's controversy behind it or not, because it's part of life.
Yes.
So it's a good thing, regardless of what anyone thinks. It's still going to go on, and it's going to make history for all of us.
Fantastic. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that's Kemi Free. She's always supporting everyone in the industry. I'm glad to have finally met her because she's been amazing as well. Thank you, Kemi.
Absolutely.
And I'll probably speak to you soon.
Together, I'm wearing
Okay, we're live now. Hello, Asia. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Ladies and
How are
gentlemen,
you?
this is the one and only Asia E. Jones.
Always with an E, never
Always
just
with
the
an E,
Jones.
with the
Yeah.
Jones. Asia, great to see you. Looking amazing.
Good to
Looking
see you.
amazing. Look at that.
Well, you know,
The one and only Asia. Looking
You know.
amazing.
trying to keep up with the people, them. You
Fantastic. It's a pleasure to see you here today.
You too, you too.
You know, I'm sure you're here to watch the movie as well.
Yes.
And what are you expecting from today's movie?
I think a little bit of history and a little bit of something that'll fill the gaps, you know, the little bit you know about history. So I'm hoping it will live up to the expectation of the reality as you know it, and also to clarify some things. You know, there's some things, rumors you hear and stuff. So it'll be great to see that. And just
Of
to
course.
really, this is very historical either way. That a movie like this, a biopic like this can be done, and I think it's amazing.
Amazing. I mean, I love the fact you mentioned that, you know, to clear up the rumors, to clear up the, you know, the hearsays and around that. I mean, what have you heard, you know, prior to, you know, this, you coming to this movie? Did anything try and discourage you, or you just says that, you know what, I'm going to come and find out myself?
No, so nothing discouraged me. I mean, the name, I remember once I knew about this movie, I was like, wow, this is going to be powerful, you know, and everything. And I think it's a very brave project for someone to take on. This is not fictional, you know, so for me, I was just kind of like, I wasn't put off. I definitely had to support it. There was no doubt.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Asia E. Jones, always with an E, always fabulous, always amazing. Thank you, Asia. Speak to you soon. Okay, hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. We have the one and only Uche Doppelter as well. Amazing producer, director, actor, multi-talented, amazing gentleman. Amazing. I can't even say, you know, I'm lost for words because he's so amazing. He came on the show and he gave us a great thing during the show as well. It was a pleasure to have him. Mr. Uche, thank you again for taking this interview.
Thank you so much.
So you're here to support one of our own, Mr. Obiamenoloye,
That's
on
right.
this amazing film, Badamasi, The Portrait of a General. What are you expecting?
Well, nothing but the best, because Obi is somebody I've known way back, his pedigree, his works and all that. I've looked out for him, we've worked together, and I know what he can do.
Fantastic. So, I mean, you know, there's been a lot of backlash on this as well. People have been saying, IBB is this, IBB is that. Did that persuade you or change your mind at any point to say, you know what, maybe I don't want to watch this film?
No, every story is worth telling, trust me. You understand? It all depends on where you're telling your story from. There are some information that we didn't have, and we leave an assumption that that's what it is. Until you find out the other side of the coin, you never can tell.
Fantastic.
So give yourself a chance to find out what it is like.
Fantastic. So, Mr. Uche, what are we expecting from? Because you do amazing things. You do amazing things. What is working? What is cooking in your kitchen? What is cooking in your workshop for the fans?
Well, a lot is coming up soon. I have a series that is also coming up that I'm working on right now. The script is almost ready. Then I have some feature films too that I'm going to shoot between now and the end of the year.
Fantastic. I can't wait because I know it's always going to be amazing. Uche, I want to say a big thank you again. You're an amazing guy, amazing gentleman. Make sure you follow him on Instagram as well. Uche, it's been amazing. It's been great. Hello, Ife. How are you? How are you doing today?
Thank you.
Finally met the one and only Ife. She's been a great listener on Dobina Radio. Ife finally met as well. She won the tickets to come to the show again today.
So I'm live.
Amazing. So Ife, I mean, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm a singer, songwriter, now actress. Thanks to God.
Fantastic. She's an actress as well.
And we're just enjoying the moment and
amazing. So you're excited to see the movie today?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet Obi and then the main actor Eina. And it was lovely talking to them on the radio as well. When you called me after I won the ticket.
Exactly, fantastic.
Thank you so much for that as well.
You're most welcome. I'll make sure you meet Obi. Unfortunately, Eina couldn't make it down due to COVID restrictions as well, but he will be, he's here in spirit anyway.
Yeah.
So what are you expecting from the movie today? What were you expecting to see?
Oh my goodness, I'm expecting so much, like, the action, I've seen the trailer. So the action and just the storyline, everything really.
Fantastic. I mean, a lot of people have said things about IBB. There's said a lot of bad, horrible things. Did that change your mind or persuade you not to come and watch the movie at all?
Not at all. In my time, when he was president, I was a lot younger. I was about in my teens. So to me, he was a good president, and yeah, things were good. And I remember his wife, Miriam Babangida. She did a lot for Delta community. That we will never forget.
Fantastic.
Building of clinics and so many stuff she did before she passed away. So yeah, I'm looking forward to knowing about his story now. And yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you for that. We'll look forward to catching up with you after the movie as well.
Thank you.
Hello, Lee. How are you?
Hey everybody, what's up? I'm
Fantastic.
Good,
Could you, introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, man. This is your boy Lipsy Baby of Africa. You already know what it is. We're in the building tonight. I'm excited. I'm buzzed for this movie. It's the first time I'm actually seeing it. I know of the general, but this is gonna be an experience for me tonight. So I'm definitely looking forward to this.
Fantastic. You mentioned you know of the general.
Yeah.
What do you remember of the general?
Well, I have a vague memory of him. I was very young when I heard about the general, and I had some not very pleasant stories. Let's just put it that way. Some not very pleasant stories about him. But when you hear stories, it might not be the exact thing. So me watching this film is actually going to take me back into that time where I wasn't really present, or as a kid learning about it from my peers, like family and all of that. So this is going to give me a lot more insight into the general and his lifestyle and how he ruled and everything else, the power and the reign. So yeah, I'm buzzed for this.
Fantastic. So you're looking forward to get the real truth about the general and learning that information. Okay, thank you, Lipsy. We'll catch up with you
I appreciate
at
you
the
guys.
end of the show. Hello, Lonnie. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm good. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for taking this interview. This is the one and only Lonnie, the erotic lady that drives us crazy with our writing skills as well. So you're here today to support one of our own, Mr. Obil Emeloloye.
Yes.
What are you expecting from this movie today?
I'm expecting to actually find out a bit more about my history that I was never aware about. So I'm really looking forward to this film.
Okay. So what is it that you're looking forward to? Did you know about the man IBB? The kind of names they called him when in the past. What do you know about him?
I just know that he was at one point, I hope that I'm saying the right thing, he was the president of Nigeria at one point.
Yes.
But anything else about him as a person, I don't know. But I'm looking forward to that.
So you're looking forward to finding out more about him on this film. Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, and on another note, what erotic novels or movies is coming from the Lani workshop?
Well, I've just got my latest book.
I love her. She's always ready.
Yes, always ready.
This is it. The new book coming out.
This is it. My grandfather's inheritance.
Amazing, amazing.
There's a lot of erotica in it, more than the Lecky Club.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you sure you want to get this? Make sure you have a partner or something just in case, because Lani, she's very creative with our writing. Lani, I want to say a big thank you for taking this interview today. We will catch up with you after the movie this evening. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Kenny, amazing film producer as well, great director skills, doing great things in the industry as well. He's here to support one of our own, Mr. Obil Emeloloye, on the movie Badamasi, the portrait of a general. Kenny, thank you for coming today.
Yeah,
How are you? How you been?
Yeah, good, man. Really great to be here. Look, everyone's happy. Everyone's excited. I don't know. We don't know what to expect, but I know it'll be what he will do, so we're looking forward to something amazing. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, IBB, you've heard about his stories, you heard about the good and the bad and the ugly. Did any of that kind of almost change your mind to come and see this movie today?
Yeah, of course. I think what Obi has done is taken historical stuff from Nigeria and making it into the films. This is one thing we've really lacked in our film industry. So him doing that is really, really good. But I think what really excites me most is to see what angle is coming from on the Babangida story, because it's a massive part of our history. We were growing up then, but we know Babangida very well. So it'll be very interesting to see how Obi captures this and what part of the enigma, the phenomenon that is Babangida does Obi try to capture today. That's what I really want to see.
Fantastic. Spoken like a true producer, director there. I can't wait to see your movie. So what should we expect coming out of Kenny's workshop? Because I know you do amazing things. I know you co-write amazing movies as well.
Yeah.
So what should we expect from Kenny in the near future?
Oh no, there's quite a lot going on. As a matter of fact, right tomorrow, I am flying to Miami because we're filming AY's new film.
Amazing. I told you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you probably heard it first, yeah. So there's something massive coming from AY this Christmas. I just finished the script, so we're going to film it. We'll start filming on Monday. Yeah, so watch out this Christmas. Something really, really, really crazy in Miami.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Christmas
look at that.
in Miami.
Nollywood going all the way to Miami to bring you great things.
Yeah,
Kenny, I want to
yeah.
say a big thank you
Massive,
for coming on
Massive,
the show this evening.
Really, man.
But unfortunately, that speech has been overtaken by time. But what I will do is reiterate a little bit of what Emeka has already said about the people that made this possible. I would start by saying, thanking God. The many times I applied that Mina Abuja route, but he kept me alive, away from the headsmen. So I thank God for life and for this opportunity. I'd like to thank the General himself, who has allowed me to touch his apron strings, to attach my name to his brand. Love him or hate him, he has a place in our history. And what I'm trying to do with this film is to contextualize that place, to make us understand the man more, and maybe understand his actions and his motives more. Maybe love him more, maybe hate him more. That is subjective, depends on what you take from the film. But I would like to recognize and thank my family, my wife and my kids. I don't know where they are, but they have been a rock. Thank you. I'd like to thank my eldest brother, Chief Amasike Emelonye. Where are you? Please, a round of applause for him. He is the head of my clan and the leader of my family of strong warriors and great men. I'd like to appreciate Lindsay Oliver, who was very instrumental to this premiere happening. I'd like to thank Henry Wow, my distributor. If you have a film to put in the cinemas in the UK, Henry is your man. Everett Films. Please put your hands together for Everett Films. I'd like to recognize and thank my very good friend who was part of the funding of this film, Mr. Gregory Osu. Mr. Gregory Osu is just coming, late comer. I have a few more names, and I will do that during the question and answer, if time permits. But I'm thanking everybody that has worked very hard to make this possible. Let me not forget Danny, Teju, Steve, Adams, Charles again, and all the people that have supported me and made this film an interesting proposition that will drag you out here today. Badamasi is a special project for me, and I will keep my mouth shut and allow you to see the film in a minute. But before I do, let me introduce you to our next project. Our next project is already shot, it's already ready, it's already being distributed, and the trailer will show just before Badamasi. It's called Blackmail. And I have a few of the actors from that film. I would like to recognize Mr. Tony Robertson, who has been very supportive, an executive producer, as well as an actor in the film.
You see it.
Tony? Oh, you're there. I would like to recognize and introduce you to the lady who saw me on television and approached me, and she wanted to be involved in my projects and trusted me with her time, with her money. Her name is Linda Ikenga. And Linda, Thank you. God bless you. Alexandro Babalola is one of the actors of the film. Alexandro is in top UK films like Top Boy, like Guy Ritchie's new film. Alexandro, where are you? He's outside. I also have Eri, who's also acted in the film, Black Men. You see the trailer. It's a dark cyber security or cyber insecurity film. We're trying to push the boundaries again, trying to get out of the Nollywood box and tell stories that could travel. Without further ado, without too much grammar, I know you've waited a long time, and I thank you for your patience. Ladies and gentlemen, is Reverend Esther Ajayi around yet?
Well, she's here.
I'd like to
you bring on your mic.
I'd like to acknowledge Reverend Esther Ajayi. She has been very supportive with this project, and I'm indebted and grateful to her. Thank you, Reverend. God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Badamasi is a labor of love. Enjoy it. Be kind. Be gentle. We are all learners. God bless you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back in your seats. We're ready.
I don't have words to qualify how I feel. I'm just saying thank you everyone for coming. And we'll take any questions you may have. Do my best to answer, and Tony would help me.
All right. Who has a question? Okay. Sure. Why did you not tell us about the bongo sequence side of this story?
I don't know about the bongo sequence side of this story. I believe everybody has a past. Every woman has a past. But that past doesn't define your present. And we're not telling the story about the woman. We're telling the story about the man.
Somebody else have another question? Is that you, sir? I'll come to you because of time.
Thank you very much for this show. And as I was introduced earlier on, there are people here that are on the side of, what's his name? The two Nigerian guys. IPOP, and Sunday Go and IPOP, yes. There's a thing, from what I saw here tonight, I saw a story that seems to change narrative of what we, when we say we, the average man on the street, think happened. From what you said tonight, it seems that IBB, although he regretted what he did, but seems to be exonerating himself from all the action that has brought us to where we are today. June 12th was a no, and we all agree it was a no. But in the situation of a no in June 12th, what I'm seeing in this film is as if it was a push from Abacha. My question is this: what was the pact that was signed between Abacha and IBD, if he did tell you that? That's first question. Then secondly, is that when all the incidents was happening, why didn't he say anything then? Why now? Why did he leave it till now? Thank you.
I'll come back to you. Was there a pact between him and Abacha? Did he let you know? And why is he speaking now?
So there is a postscript, a little bit of scene that happens after the initial credits roll, and that scene would have answered your first question, which is if there was a pact between IBB and Abacha. But to answer that question directly, I would say that if you paid attention, you would see that IBB was calling Abacha Khalifa. And Khalifa means successor. So the question would be, was he simply trying to make his friend happy and buy his loyalty? Or did he actually plan to cede the power to Abacha? I think you need to see that scene to be able to get the full answer. But the truth of the matter is that, based on my discussions with him, and I think his son took part in that conversation, he said that he wasn't planning to hand over power. But his son said, but Dad, you called him successor. You didn't have an answer to that. And you make up your own minds. My duty is to put a mirror in front of the man so that you see the man, and how you judge him is up to you. I cannot change that. I wish I had the power to.
All right, I'm going to take 2 questions at the same time. There was this brother here. Somebody else? Is there anyone else? Please stand.
Thank you. Good evening, guys. I think the production was very good. To commend you for that. Most importantly, I think there's a message here that you could have relayed with this movie and you missed it. And that part of this message, Nigerians will consistently miss to pass this message with every opportunity we get. So part of what happened with June 12th, I believe people know this, was part of what the Igbos call Osa Abiola. A lot of Igbos died with this and lost money in the north. And they were slaughtered and killed. It's a big opportunity for us to pass this message and share this message. And you guys missed it. And for me, I take it as personal disappointment, because loads of Igbos, if we had an opportunity to speak with IBB, it should have been a good opportunity to tell him about what happened to the Igbos and what continues to happen to the Igbos all over Nigeria. That's just my message. Thank you.
Is there somebody else? I'll take 2 here, and then that will be it. We're running out of time, and it's about to get very Nigerian.
Hello, hi. So first of all, I'd just like to say that while it's a political subject and everybody seems to have a lot of views about the politics, I haven't come to see it. I don't have a previous interest in Nigerian politics, but what I did notice was a fantastic piece of Nigerian art and the question is, so the lead actor did a fantastic, a truly amazing job. So the question is, given that it's such a continuingly to be very controversial subject and quite a complex man, what obstacles did the lead actor have, either personally or politically, and how did you help him with those during the making and the preparation of the film?
I'm going to get one more question. You'll answer the 2 questions together, and then we're going to call it a wrap. I'm going to take it from this gentleman here. Sorry. Is there a woman that has a question? See how they attack me here.
Hi. Where's Steve? Steve, where you at? Spotlight. So this is from CC, Connecting Cities on Clubhouse. We wanted to ask when. Yes, this is Remy. We wanted to ask, when is the movie actually coming out to the wider audience so that everybody can actually get to see this? And I think he should be ready for Twitter.
Okay, here's the last question from a woman. So that peace shall reign. Amen.
From Sudan, Africa. Congratulations for making this incredible biopic on the life of General IB. Thank you for blessing us tonight with your brilliance, your passion, your power, and greatness. My question is, in terms of filmmaking, what do you think are the necessary changes we need to make to our stories to travel space in time? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Obi.
Hold on.
Obi, you know this is going to be very controversial because my recollection of IBB is negative. But the way that you told it, you painted a very good picture of the man. And I don't think everyone's going to agree with this depiction of IBB.
I agree.
One, two. Okay. So, couple of questions. As expected, there are various views. You got a uniform on, so I know they play with army.
Mr. Obi, thank you very much for keeping your audience glued to the screen. You've done a very great job here. My question is, I was wondering.
What's your name, please?
My name is Sergeant Chibueze Francis Indika, my question is, what drove Mr. Obi? What was the drive? What was the interest, to this story? What was that key, that buzz that made him think out of the box? Because I heard from his interview, he flew to Mina a couple of times. It took him over 3 years to actually get this man to sit down and talk to him. People would have given up at first glance, or after trying twice, but he was persistent. So I want to know why, this was so important to him. Thank you, Mr. Obi.
Thank you so much. He's going to deal with those questions and then we're going to wrap it up. Obi, I know it's not easy.
I have to come up with finalized.
We can't do, sorry, brother. Sorry, time. So, couple of questions. Number one from that gentleman, obviously very angry, remembers how things were, Osabiela. From the gentleman over there, he was simply saying, how you made the movie. Rebby Benson was...
Let me take them one after the other. I'm an old man, 2-3 minutes. So my brother that was making a case for the Igbos, I am very, very Igbo and proud to be Igbo. The beginning of the film, I don't know if you caught it. Were you here at the very beginning of the film? Bros, were you here at the very beginning of the film? Did you see the Biafra War? You were late. Unfortunately. So this film is not a political film for the Igbos. I wanted to make a film about Ojukwu, but I was born into the Nigerian Civil War, and I suffered the early years of my life in penury because of the war, and I'm really lucky to be alive. So I felt I was too close to that story to tell it, so I stayed away from it. But I had to include a Biafran element, which is also relevant to the story of IBB in the film, because we need to understand where we're coming from. All this saber rattling, all this incendiary talk that is going on, it leads to one thing, and that is war. And nobody ever wins a war. Everybody is a loser. So my brother, I feel you, but this is not that film. That film is coming, and when it comes, you will know. Thank you. The film is, we've been in very long conversations with Netflix, I'm allowed to say that, and hopefully in the next few weeks or months we'll wrap up the deal and people can see this film in the comfort of their homes, so that they can pause and rewind and pause and rewind and understand every nuance in the story. And I think that's going to happen. There's been a little bit of pushback, and I expected that when I took on this project. But nothing can stop a project whose time has come. And I think the time for this film is here. All right, so Eina is a great actor who carries himself with class and panache, and casting him in the lead role was like heaven sent, because he has the build, he has the slight physical attributes, and he's big enough to carry the role without swallowing the character he's playing, and he's still flexible in his craft. So he hasn't even met the man that he played. So he had to do his research based on watching videos, my feedback to him as a director and somebody that has observed the man in very close quarters for a very long time. So, you know, filmmaking is a collaborative process, and Enyina is at the front, but there are lots of people, including costumiers and makeup artists, that helped him. But thank you for that question, and thank you very much.
I'm going to give the final word to our brother. He needs no introduction, please. I call him the Miracle Man. Let's put our hands together and appreciate Julius Agbo.
Thank you. I actually came to London. I never knew that the premiere of this movie was actually holding today. I just called Obi Melanie because I was with someone and the person just said that the premiere was on this Saturday. I just called him and he told me, yes, that he's holding. So I must say that I thank him very much because he actually put me on the movie after my surgery. He was the only one that put me on a movie after my surgery, and he understood the things. Put your hands together, clap for him, yes. And meanwhile, as I was shooting the movie, I was crying. I was crying because words failed me. You understand what I mean? And I'm sure most of the people know what I mean. So, for anything you're doing, go back, tag anybody you know, tag anybody, tell the person to go and watch this movie. I'm sure the movie will paint IBB very well. Please, tag anybody because I learned a lot from this movie. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gents. Obviously, we are running out of time. We've got to be out of this building. There's another film coming in here. Guys, please, Alhaji Suya in Greenwich is giving everybody and anybody that wants to go there now 10% discount. All you have to do is say that you're coming from watching Badamasi. 10% discount. It's at Unit 15 at Gatane Business Park, Horn Lane. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for coming out. We hope you had a good time.